Let's start our next module, that is firewall and honeypots. Along with this firewall and honeypots, we will be understanding what is IDS and IPS, the difference between IDS and IPS, and then we will also be looking forward types of IDS. Now, what is firewall? Here we have a definition. A firewall is a type of cyber security tool that is used to filter traffic on a network. Firewall can be used to separate network nodes from external traffic sources, internal traffic sources, or even specific application. So firewall can be software, it can be hardware or cloud-based. So with each type of firewall having its own unique pros and cons. So the primary goal of the firewall is to block malicious traffic, requests and data packets while allowing legitimate traffic through. So, firewall works according to our policy. We have to configure the rules so that it will work on the basis of that rule. So we will be using a tool called IP table to configure the firewall on a Linux distribution. So now speaking about types of firewall, now there are different types of firewall. We have packet filtering firewalls, circuit level gateways, state full inspection firewall, application level gateways, next generation firewalls, software firewalls, hardware firewalls, and cloud firewalls. Now let us understand each of this firewall properly. So packet filtering firewalls. So now what is packet filtering firewalls and on which layer of OSI model this packet filtering firewall works? Now packet filtering firewall works on the network layer of OSI model. So as the most basic and the oldest type of firewall architecture, packet filtering firewalls basically create a checkpoint at a traffic router or switch. So the firewall performs a simple check of the data packets coming through the routers. So inspecting information such as the destination and origination IP address, packet type, port number, and other surface level information without opening the packet to inspect its content. So basically packet level firewall, it filters, on the basis of IP address and then packet types, the port numbers, and there are some criteria. If the information packet does not pass the connection, it is dropped. Okay. The good thing about this firewall is that they are not very resource intensive. This means they don't have a huge impact on system performance and are relatively simple. However, they are also relatively easy to bypass compared to firewalls with more robust inspection capabilities. Now let's try to understand circuit level gateways. Now circuit level gateways work on session layer of OSI model. So as another simple firewall type that is meant to quickly and easily approve or deny traffic without consuming significant computing resources, circuit level gateways work by verifying the transmission control protocol handshake. This TCP handshake check is designed to make sure that the session the packet is from is legitimate. So as I said this works on session layer and it will check whether the session is genuine or not. While extremely resource efficient, these firewalls do not check the packet itself. So if a packet held malware but had the right TCP handshake, it would pass right through. Therefore, circuit level gateways are not enough to protect your business by themselves. Now, stateful inspection firewall. Now, stateful inspection firewall is, it's a combination of all firewall, but let us understand it properly. These firewalls combine both packet inspection, technology, and TCP handshake verification to create a level of protection greater than either of the previous two architecture could provide alone. However, this firewall do put more of a strain on computing resources as well. So this may slow down the transfer of legitimate packets compared to the other solution. So let us understand application level gateways, or else we can say it proxy firewall. So proxy firewalls operate at the application layer to filter incoming traffic between your network and the traffic source. Hence the name application level gateway. So these firewalls are delivered via cloud-based solution or another proxy device. So rather than letting traffic connect directly, the proxy firewall first establishes a connection to the source of the traffic and inspect the incoming data packet. So this check is like the stateful inspection firewall in that it looks at both the packet and the TCP handshake protocol. However, proxy firewall may also perform a deep layer packet inspection. So the packet inspection here it's much better. So checking the actual content of the information packet to verify that it contains no malware. So once the check is complete and the packet is approved to connect to the destination, the proxy sends it off. So this creates an extra layer of separation between the client and the individual devices on your network. Now, speaking about next generation firewalls, many of the most recently released firewall products have been touted as next generation architecture. However, there is not as much consensus on what makes a firewall truly next gen. Some common features of next generation firewall architecture include deep packet inspection. So what is added in next generation firewall is deep packet inspection, checking the actual content of that data packet. So TCP handshake check, which is very common, and surface level packet inspection. So next generation firewall may include other technologies as well, such as intrusion prevention system, that is IPS, that works to automatically stop against your network. So we will understand this IPS more, later. I'll be, defining what is IPS, what is IDS, and the difference between IPS and IDS, and also we will be discussing about, different types of IDS. The issue is that there is no one definition of a next generation firewall. So it's important to verify what specific capabilities such firewall have before investing in one. So coming to next, software firewalls. So software firewalls includes any type of firewall that is installed on your local device rather than a separate piece of hardware or a cloud server. So the big benefit of software firewall is that it is highly useful for creating defense in depth by isolating individual network endpoints from one another. However, maintaining individual software firewalls on different devices can be difficult and time consuming. Furthermore, not every device on a network may be compatible with single software firewall, which mean which may mean having to use several different software firewall to cover every asset. So if you Google it and find free software firewalls, you'll get a list of firewalls, okay, and you can download any one of it and you can use it. So these are software firewalls, and even your Windows operating system, this has software based firewall. You can configure that firewall according to your policies. I mean, you can define your rules. You can block any specific port numbers, or you can block any specific IP address. Okay, so this can be done. So it's very easy to configure. You have to simply open up firewall settings, and then you can configure it by yourself. So speaking about software firewalls, okay, so you can do it by yourself. Now we'll come to hardware firewalls. So hardware firewalls use a physical appliance that acts in a manner like traffic router to intercept data packets and traffic requests. So whatever traffic is coming from the outside network to to the internal network, everything has been verified by hardware firewall. So if we talk about the examples of hardware firewall like Juniper, Palo Alto is there, and there are so many different types of hardware firewalls. So before they are connected to the network servers, physical appliance based firewall like this excel at perimeter security by making sure malicious traffic from outside the network is intercepted before the company's network endpoints are exposed to risks. So whatever it's coming from the outside network, whatever suspicious or malicious packet is coming, so what does hardware firewall will do? It will inspect everything, and if it's safe enough, then it will pass it through. But here there is a major weaknesses of a hardware based firewall, however, is that it is often easy for insider attack to bypass them. Also, the actual capabilities of a hardware firewall may vary depending on the manufacturer. As I said you, there are different manufacturer, right? And let's take an example. Okay, we'll just Google to find out. You know, okay, let's try it. Hardware firewalls. Hardware firewalls. Okay. So if we'll talk about hardware firewalls, okay, hardware firewall list, we'll write it down so that we can get the idea. Okay, list of hardware firewalls. Okay, now if you'll see here, we have list of hardware firewalls like Checkpoint, FortiGate, Palo Alto, WatchGuard. So list of, okay, see, Checkpoint is there, Fortnite is there, and then WatchGuard is there, Cisco is there, ForcePoint is there, Juniper is there. So what are these? These all are hardware-based firewall. Now let us see software-based firewall. Software-based firewall. This firewall software in 2020. Let us see it. Oh, it's responding very late. Okay. Now best of firewall software. So FortiGate is there, Checkpoint, Sophos is there, Sonic Wall is there, Cisco Next Generation Firewall Virtual, and then we have Glasswire Firewall, so WatchGuard Network Security, Juniper Firewall. So these are all software-based firewall. Okay. Now coming back to the slide. Now last is cloud firewalls. Okay. Now we keep so many of our data in cloud, so it has to be protected. So whenever a cloud solution is used to deliver a firewall, it can be called a cloud firewall or firewall as a service. That is fast. Okay. Cloud firewalls are considered with proxy firewall by many since a cloud server is often used in a proxy firewall setup. So the big benefit of having cloud-based firewall is that they are very easy to scale with the organization. As your needs grow, you can add additional capacity to the cloud server to filter larger traffic loads. Okay. So cloud firewalls like hardware firewalls excel at perimeter security. So this was a bit understanding about different types of firewalls. Now we will move to our next section, that is configuration of firewalls in using IP tables in Linux. Okay.